In our last episode, we presented different perspectives on emotions. Now we'll talk a little bit about how to measure emotions. In principle, most affective scientists agree about three aspects of emotions. Firstly, subjective experience. Secondly, expressive behavior. And thirdly, physiological responses.
Let's start from subjective experience. Do you know what is the biggest advantage of studying emotions in humans? They can and they will tell you how they feel. So we scientists have mastered the art of creating scales to measure emotions. In psychology, there is even a field called psychometrics, which deals with how to create the questionnaires.
We can distinguish two main approaches when asking how people feel. First, you can ask them how sad, happy, or angry they feel. So you ask about specific discrete emotions. This approach would be in line with basic and appraisal models, which we talked about in the last episode. Another approach would be to ask about basic ingredients or dimensions of emotions. We can ask people how pleasant or unpleasant, peaceful or aroused, motivated or unmotivated they feel. This approach would align with psychological and social construction models of emotions. So, you can ask people directly about specific emotions or indirectly about dimensions, which then sum up as specific emotions.
Second, there is a group of expressive behavior measures, including facial, bodily, and verbal behaviors. Most studies within emotional behaviors focused on facial expressions. You have probably heard about universal facial configurations connected with experiencing specific emotions. So if you are happy, you do so, and if you are sad, you do so. Now we know that there is a variation in the way that we move facial muscles during the emotion, but still the face is an important channel that we can use to recognize emotions. In addition to the face, you can observe the whole body behavior, such as moving toward or away from the stimulus. These whole body changes are associated with approach or avoidance motivation. Moreover, some scientists also measure the speed and the amount of emotional behaviors. Furthermore, there is a group of verbal behaviors, or as it is more often called, the linguistics. You can measure the voice's pitch, height, and pace, and you can even count specific words that we use when we are angry, sad, or happy.
Finally, emotions can be also studied at physiological level. It was initially thought that there are centers in the brain responsible for different emotions, that we have small area responsible for joy, different for anger, and different for sadness. However, thanks to advances in the neuroscience, we know that emotions are associated with the changes in the whole networks of the different brain regions, rather than just one brain area. Moreover, emotions also motivate us and prepare for certain behaviors. So emotion-related changes are also visible in the neural peripheries and can be measured with heart rate, amount of sweating, and hormone levels.
In sum, to account for richness and complexity of emotional experience, we should measure dozens of parameters. They all together create emotions, so it would be best if we measured them simultaneously. But is it always better to have more parameters? we will talk about it more in the next episode, where we will cover different analytical approaches to collected data.